feel issues with the wood. Welcome to my office.
So we're on site today, about to conduct a termite inspection for a buyer on a property where we're representing them. And we're out here with Eric Van Hooser with Van Hooser Enterprises. And while we're out here, we figured, hey, why not talk to Eric regarding exactly what a termite inspection is and what it entails. So Eric, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
I think there's a common question as far as what exactly is the difference between a termite and a wood-destroying pest? And can you kind of tell us a little bit about what you do during a pest inspection?
Part of the inspections that most people don't understand is that they call it a termite inspection, but it's a wood-destroying organism. So we're looking for conducive conditions for insect infestation, actual insect infestation, fungus damage, things that cause fungus damage, say like leaks or faulty grades or anywhere where water can intrude upon the structure. We want to document those things that are active or things that are deemed to be able to become active and become a problem.
But I'm assuming that most termite inspectors probably are not going to crawl through every area of the attic. So, you know, what are those findings, and how can you issue the prospective buyer assurances on places where you can't see because it's covered in insulation or in a garage with extra cellar personal property?
The one thing about termites is they always tend to give themselves away one way or another. They either leave evidence behind, or in like instances where we would have a house like this where there's attic space above, they want to go to where the temperature is moderate. So generally speaking, we're going to find infestation out at the ends on the rafter tails. And then if those areas are damaged enough, then that would incorporate getting up into the attic, laying some catwalks down and safely moving about the attic.
Can you explain a little bit more regarding termites themselves? Number one, it said that it's not if your house is going to get termites, it's when.
Yeah, common stuff that we're dealing with here in the Bay Area is going to end up being western drywood termites and subterranean termites. We have other species that are around here but are conducive only to like super wet windows and things like that. I've had subterranean termites come from the soil and gain access to the attic by a roof leak, which was the moisture source which sustained them. So it's important to keep the roofs nice. And drywood termites will go into the sub areas, but not heavily soiled or damp sub areas.
So there's another reason why you definitely want to make sure you're getting that water away from your property, not only for the structure and the maintenance, but also to make sure that it's not a hospital environment for wood destroying pests. Very interesting. What does a termite inspection entail? What do you do, and about how long does it take?
So termite inspection would take probably about 3 hours on an average size home. Anything faster than that is going to be kind of rushed, I think. We just want to take our time and go through the property really finely and look in those areas where we have moisture, as far as sinks and showers and tubs and anywhere on the inside for those items. And then also looking at the ceiling and looking for any abnormalities in the ceiling and the walls. Any of the wood trim, making sure that our slider doors, our French doors, our windows, all those things look to be operable and not in a state of any kind of dysfunction. Same scenario here, checking baseboards, looking for any abnormalities in the baseboards. Wood here, any leaks. Check the toilet, it's tight. Nice door. No gaps down on the sides, no fractures in the wall. So any wall tile or this material is a cultured marble. Run the pipes. Full testing water shower. We would water test the full shower, fill it up with water, let it hold water, and then proceed to crawling underneath and verifying that the membrane is intact and that it's actually holding water and not leaking. Looking for any kind of stains or daylight. When the daylight's coming through, it's usually ventilators. That's a pretty solid attic space right there. They don't get much nicer than that. And then we would go and check into the areas of the garage and the exposed areas in the plumbing. We would end up crawling the sub area last, and then we also we check the exterior wood members.
Give it a tap.
Trim, siding, pergolas, anything on the outside, the soil adjacent to the structure on the outside. And so, I mean, a lot of times it could be a handyman that could fix a lot of the problems that we run into, besides the chemical part where you've got to take care of an actual infestation.
The pesticides and the fumigation for a minute, that's another area of concern that a lot of home buyers and even sellers have. Sure. Regarding, you know, using harsh chemicals, potentially treating some of these wood destroying pests. Will you kind of dive into, you know, what are these fumigants you're using?
The beauty of the gas is tinting the house, is encompassing the house, introducing the chemical into those areas, and then once we're done with the chemical, we're able to remove the chemical fully so that there's none of residual left.
We got damp termites, we got dry termites, we got flying termites, we got crawling termites, we got beetles, we got fungus, we got
people nailing stuff onto the side of their house that shouldn't be there, that it's probably leaking into their house. So there's a lot of different things that can happen. A lot of things could be caused mainly from plumbing leaks. Termites will live underneath a concrete slab and decide that when you put the box on the floor in the garage, that now that's a dead log laying on the floor of the forest, and that they're going to just come up and start to break it down just like Mother Nature intended.
One last thing, can you let our viewers know, when should they consider getting a termite inspection? Is that just when they're buying a house, or should they actually get their home inspected over the years of ownership? And then the best contact information for you.
Yeah, so industry says every 2 years for a termite inspection or wood destroying organisms inspection. If you can't remember the last time you had a termite inspection, then you need a termite inspection. But generally speaking, every 2 years, once we've addressed a property and checked all the things that need to be checked, usually in pretty good shape. Our termites here, not as voracious as other parts of the world, so they tend to work a little bit slower, so we don't panic when we have a termite situation. We just start the process of getting that together.
If you have termites, they're not likely to eat your house.
Not like a buzzsaw. No, it takes a long time. And like I said, they always have a tendency to give themselves away.
So if someone wants to reach out to you in order to either conduct an inspection during the course of a real estate transaction, or because it's been a few years since their last termite inspection, how can they reach you?
408-536-0550. Fumigate.com is our website. You can email us and set an inspection through the app in the website, and we'll get back to you and solidify a date and time to come out and meet you.